Hello and welcome to our brief webinar today on the secrets to improving your omnichannel agility. I'm Andy Pratt from BCP Software. I've been in the IT industry for about 20 years now and specialising in omnichannel sales, warehousing, fulfillment systems. Today, we're just going to take a brief look at how advancements in digital technology and digital transformation is enabling closer integration of the channels and how this can be used to improve the services to your customers and improve the customer experience generally, and the facilities you can open up more easily. And also on a related subject, how you can increase your agility in everything that comes down the road from a customer management point of view. So if we just talk a little bit about omnichannel generally, I think most people understand what omnichannel is about and how bringing your channels together can give you significant business benefits. There's some statistics here which we've just pulled out of a whole raft of statistics on the subject. Typically, it provides you with higher basket order values by your customers. Overall customer spend is usually a lot higher, and particularly customer retention can be over 90% greater with a proper and fully integrated omni-channel strategy versus a more distributed or multi-channel strategy. So that's great, but trying to achieve an effective omni-channel infrastructure and processes can provide a lot of different channels. So hello and welcome to our brief webinar on the secrets to improving your omnichannel agility. I'm Andy Pratt from BCP Software, and the next kind of 10 minutes or so, I'm just going to give you a little bit of insight into how digital transformation is enabling much closer integration of your sales channels and how it can relate to an increase in service and a much improved customer experience and additional capabilities that can be opened up to your customers across the various touch points. On a related subject, we're also going to quickly talk about how these developments are enabling greater agility, particularly in the digital space where things move on very quickly. People are looking for new ways to sort of leverage the technology to provide their customers with a better experience. I think the benefits of omnichannel are realised and probably doesn't require me to go through these. There's plenty of statistics around there what can be delivered, such as much higher order values in terms of basket sizes, a greater overall customer spend when they've got a good experience across all the channels, and also particularly customer retention. So that's absolutely fantastic, but there can be challenges in achieving that. If we look at all the ways a customer can engage with your business, you'll see it can be varied from trading channels through to pure information channels like catalogs and those kind of things. And each of these is typically supported by different technologies. So for example, in the call center, for example, your customers will be speaking to a person. The person is more likely to be interacting with probably your back-end ERP system or a specialist call center system. For online, going to be using a web application or an e-commerce application. You might have a mobile application. You might have an application dealing with EDI, for example. And each of these are usually specialist solutions that deliver those specialist experiences on the front end for the particular channel the customer's dealing with. Now, this can lead to difficulties because these are separate technologies. It's often involved developing a lot of integration, and an exchange of information between the different systems to try and make that experience and surface information across those different points achievable. So what developments have really helped this move along? So if we could consider an ideal scenario where you have a library of capabilities that can be shared across multiple applications, so shared across into your website, your mobile app, into your EDI channel, and various others. And that's exactly what's been happening and what digital transformation can help you achieve. So within a modern solution, you'll find a number of individual components which are responsible for performing different tasks. So you may have a task for getting a price, or obtaining the stock, or placing an order, or determining the available delivery routes that a customer can take advantage of. And typically these will be in your ERP system. So these can actually be surfaced through or exposed via APIs. So an external system can actually make use of that logic in virtually real time as it's required. So if your website, for example, required the price of an item, it can call the API. The API calls the relevant business logic in the backend system. That returns the data via the API to the consuming application. So your website, your apps, your EDI portals can all reference the exact same piece of logic and business rules that are in your backend system. So what does that do for you? Well, basically, to avoid having to replicate that functionality, and it makes sure that whatever channel the customer is engaging through, they're always going to get the same answer. They're always going to see the same information in a consistent, real-time way. So as an order moves through your ERP system, for example, the status of that order can be reflected on your website as of that kind of second, which drives that kind of consistency. If we look at an example of that, this is a website from one of our customers, as it happens, which shows a typical product category page. So we have 4 items on there, but really it's the information underneath which illustrates the point quite well. So there we're showing the price of the product. We're also showing that it's available to add to the cart because the stock is the free stock is available to allocate to that customer. So in this particular case, that information has been extracted directly from the ERP system as that page is loaded. So the price is based on the specific customer, the product, the delivery options, and all the complexities of pricing that are available in the ERP system. They will get exactly the same result if they call the call center or looked up on their mobile app, because all those are using the exact same logic. Another good illustration is how we can extend services to our customers through this technique. So on this web page here, again as an example, in an account management section of a website, we can see that the customer has access to a whole variety of customer service information. So they can view their orders, irrespective of whether they've been placed online or through the call center or via EDI or whichever other channel they're taking advantage of. They can look at their invoices, they can look at their financial information through statements, all in real time and all being pulled directly out of the backend system as these pages are loaded. So providing the components are available and the API services available, then it's really easy to kind of expose that across the channels without having to re-engineer or develop that into the particular technology that supports that particular channel. So what's this do? Well, first of all, it makes customer service and interaction easy to deploy. So all you have to do is choose the right API and create the front end around that specifically for the particular channel. It also reduces management time and cost. So as you make changes are made in one place system, and that ripples through the entire estate, so that we're not having to do that in multiple places. We can simplify the system architecture, so you're not having to worry about moving vast amounts of data around. And also, the customer is getting that complete consistency throughout, which makes their experience far superior. Another great example of the application of this technique is also providing the agility to change and add things and develop around the edges very quickly and with agility. You may have heard the term no code or low code applications. So these are programming front ends which allow the development of small applications or web applications with very little coding experience. And by using this API approach, these low-code, no-code applications can consume these APIs, so that all the users doing that's developing in this kind of environment is really addressing the front end, which is then calling the business logic, where all the hard work's done to bring back the data and the information the application needs. So it's very, very quick to almost knock up applications that your sales or marketing team would like to do. So just to summarize that, the applications of this are fantastic. You can again create that consistency for your customers. We can extend the functionality across channels simply by referencing the APIs and the components in other systems and on the channel that your customers are dealing with. We can simplify your systems by taking away a lot of the duplication and integration, and make sure that you're agile and you can create and change and mold your systems and front ends to suit your changing customer needs. So I hope that's been useful. It's been a fairly brief insight, but if you'd like any further information, we'll be delighted to talk to you. My details are on the screen. I'd be happy to hear from you by email or by phone. You can also find me on LinkedIn, and I hope you found it useful. Thank you.